Corby and Kettering aren't well known for getting competitions correct. And the competitions used to be, right, we've got a dinner for two today at Wicksteed Park. All you have to do is ring up and say, what is the capital of France? And no one would get it right. People would ring up, and eventually the DJ would say, Kate, you've got to ring and enter this competition, because they have to have somebody that gets it wrong and somebody that gets it right. But Kate always had to get it wrong. Oh, who's this calling? It's Kate. Where are you from? I'm calling from Vauxhall. That's great, Kate. What is the capital of France? Athens? No, I'm sorry. Let's go to Julie in Oxford. Julie, what's the capital of France? Bulgaria? You said Paris. Well done. And Kate did this for weeks and weeks and weeks, until she decided, following Liz and following myself and Julie and David and Richard and Sarah and a lot of people she knew, she wanted to become a teacher. And she went to East London University to do a PGCE, and she did very, very well and graduated with a PGCE as a teacher, and eventually ended up working at Arnold House, where she had 3 wonderfully happy years. And thank you to all for all the great effort that you put into Kate and keeping us stable in London. Yeah. Then she decided she would do some psychotherapy courses, and she undertook an MA. She passed her MA, graduated last year, and a glistening career lay before her. Then she met Doug. Now, looking up the magic interweb net job, I'm now supposed to talk about Doug and the joys of marriage. Having been with Liz for nearly 20 years, she still won't marry me. I haven't got much comment on that. So I'd like to say to Doug that since we've got to know Doug, we're absolutely fallen in love with him. He's a really wonderful guy, and he loves Kate. And for us, that is the greatest joy that we could have for Kate, that she's met someone that really loves her. You know, a man of vision. After a stag night yesterday, blurred vision, but still vision. And we're so delighted that Kate and Doug have got married. And it's an old cliche, we haven't lost a daughter, we've gained a man with a yacht. For about 2 months now, Liz said, if you mention that yacht, but I promise I won't. I promise I won't. And I'm supposed to give advice on marriage. So I looked up the internet and I saw some great quotes. And I saw a brilliant one from Oscar Wilde. Now he has got to be the wittiest man in the history of wit. And he actually made a comment on marriage. I can't quite work out what he knew about marriage, but his last... I'll explain that later. Some of you will know his last words. His last words were the best words in the history of dying. He was in a room in Paris, and as he died he said, the wallpaper or me, one of us has to go. But his comments on marriage, he said, women are there to be loved, not understood. So Doug, from Oscar Wilde, but I think the best comment about marriage is you marry the ones you love, and marriage blossoms when you love the ones that you marry. So Doug, on behalf of our quite small family and friends, I'd like to welcome you into the family. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to be upstanding and we'll raise a toast to the couple, Doug and Kate. I haven't actually got a glass.
Yeah, I'll borrow that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Right, thank you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Doug Berry.